Test your Norfolk and Norfolk Broads knowledge with our quiz. Throughout this video series are a number of questions. Good luck!
What's he forgot? Broke down already. Thank God for that. Couldn't stand another day of him. He's worse than Carl for drinking. I'd probably be teetotal if it weren't for all these people leading me astray, you know. Right, I've been told I can go for a walk out the way now for a little bit. So Stuart and Leanne are already in Brundle. They're waiting for Bo to come up on the train. And we'll have a couple of days with them. I think they've got to go back Sunday. So, oh no, maybe Monday. So I think he said we'll have a couple of days. So that's today and tomorrow. Today Loddon is the plan. It's not cast in stone, but that's the plan. Booked in at Ultonbrow tomorrow. Beccles Monday. No idea Tuesday. Oh, look at the skies again. Are you jealous? It is a bit deceiving though, because it is still fresh. But let me just check the Met Office. I don't think it's going to get much above 13 for the first part of the week. So look. Brundle. Carlo, sunshines. Yeah, 12 degrees today. That's tomorrow. Ooh, tomorrow's chilly. Big coat on top of the boat. Monday's starting to warm up a little bit, 13. Tuesday the same. Wednesday, oh, look at that, Friday, 17, 18 degrees. We'll be back at Brundle by then. And then heading back over here. Yeah, so we've got to go to Tesco's, not got much to get. Still got beers from last week. Ooh, yeah. Don't really know where I'm going, I'm just walking aimlessly. She said 20 minutes. It's 25 to 9. There's little nooks and crannies around here I've not been to. Right, no, can't get them there, can you? Yeah, so yesterday with me, I don't know where Christine was, but me, Jill and Geordie, Darren to his friends, so me, Jill and Geordie, we was, I don't know how we got on the subject, talking about death. So I said to Jill, I said, when you lay there and you're coughing, and people are like looking over at you, which I've never been able to bring myself to do that, to tell you the truth. What would you like them to say about you? And she just said, well, I'd just like them to think of me as a nice, caring, loving person. I said to Geordie, what would you like them to be saying when they're leaning over you, coughing, looking at you? And he said, well, it's a pity you were shit at snooker and darts and dominoes. We won, actually, we won dominoes 9-8. So Geordie said to me, what would you like them to say when they're looking at you and you're coughing? And I said, oh look, he's moving. So next week, not this week, no, it's on the other side, I can't get down to it. There's a couple of little places where it's blistered and come apart, paintwork, so they're going to redo that. Yep, no collisions, unless somebody hit us when we were on it, but I can't see anything. So I keep meaning to do it actually, get Christine to do well she's not in work now, like a sign for a share for sale, stick that in the back window. And see, I've adjusted the ropes. Oh, we get some creak in it. Didn't do last night, maybe I shouldn't have adjusted them. It's not my job, that. How long have we got, Chris?
Who?
Us.
Me?
Before we're setting off?
10 minutes ago.
Okie dokie, I'll just go for another quick walk then. Yeah, so we pay Neil to clean it. I normally clean the outside. Other than the windows, like Christine do them, I just can't get, the windows are awful. Yeah, oops. Well, have I mentioned we've got 9 weeks this year? Got 10 weeks holiday, 9 weeks on the Broads. Yeah, I was thinking this week now, take it easy. And then I realised that we're meeting up with Stuart. And taking it easy is not normally associated when we all get together. I couldn't face food yesterday, they all had a meal. But the plan was we'd go to the Chinese. But we'd been in the clubhouse playing pool and darts that long. Decided to go to the ferry. But I couldn't eat a full meal, so I just sat there watching them. Likes his pies, that mum in Geordie. I'll have a walk down and I'll do the outside bit and walk down and have a look at the don't know whether I can't remember, can we get down here without going into that ferry views property? Well, despite it being a lovely week, I've only flown my drone once. I think this week coming now, from Monday, I might get a better chance because there'll be no peer pressure to get me to the pub. Never hurry, Mary. You haven't seen me. Now then, did I mention yesterday that Wroxham Launch Hire are providing, I think they said from today or Monday, might be Monday, a pilot service going under Wroxham Bridge. Gus seems to think it was £7 each way. Whatever the price is at the moment, they want to keep the same. But it's a bit weird because before you used to have one or maybe two, like Norfolk Broads Direct and Barnesbrink Craft would take you under. So now Richardson's are providing one. So Richardson's have a day boat centre, don't they, in Wroxham? So it's probably somebody who works there. So on that notice board, when you pull up to wait for the pilot, Good grief, look at this lot. Swampland. When you wait for the pilot, there'll be about 5 or 6 blooming phone numbers on there for all different boatyards to phone up for the pilot. And Gus reckons that it's been a bit sort of tricky with the insurance, the amount of stuff that they've had to go through to get insurance for taking boats under. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? It's private, is it? No. Yeah, that's Ferry View there to the left, yeah. I have been down here before and I can't really walk down there. Yeah, we nearly hired this one February. The bus supposed to be 10 of us and 2 pulled out, so it was a bit too big. So once they've done the bat survey, that's going to get flattened. I think they said enough space for another 30 boats. And they have to provide visitor moorings as part of the agreement with the BA, and I think I've read somewhere, or it might have been Clive that told me, or George, whoever, they have to provide 10 spaces, I think it is. It could be, I might be wrong with that, don't quote me. Oh, I can nip down here, can I? No, I can't, I'm not really supposed to, but get a bit closer to this. So they're going to have to bring some sort of machine down here, aren't they? Or are they going to do it by river? Let's stay at it. So they've rehoused the voles. Well, I don't think there's anybody in here, so I might be alright. Death trap, isn't it? Shouldn't imagine it'll take much to knock that lot down. You won't need dynamite, would you? Looks like you could just push it over, doesn't it? Push that down. Right, come on, let's get over to Brundle via Tesco's at Stalham. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned this, but I got a message from the chairman of Lightning yesterday that there's been some issues with the engine. Now, I don't know whether it's the actual engine or the data that it's sending to the digital displays, but apparently they're having a new one either yesterday or today. Well, it's not supposed to be an engineer's day today, so we thought we could probably be on there for 10 o'clock-ish. Well, we wouldn't be because we've got all the shopping to do, but we didn't think we'd get any delays, but we will see when we get there. Yeah, so apparently it's not sending the correct information to the, because it's all digital, all the dashboard. So we're having a new one of them. So it should read engine hours nil or a couple, whatever. Right, yeah, 6,500, which you'll get that back if you decided to sell it in 6 months. £140 a month, 4 weeks holiday. Because why we did it is because we got to the stage where we were booking 2 and 3 holidays a year. So, thankfully Christine fell in love with the place when I brought her down. Right, I'd only done, what had I done? 7, about 2.5 hours footage last week, which is pretty good for me. I normally do about 5 or 6. About 2 weeks yet. Off she goes. A few provisions. Actually, cash machine. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to put my coat on. It's becoming cold. All unloaded. 11 o'clock. Sent out of the way again. I can't be good, even if I want to, can I? Actually. Could do with having a walk down to Swancraft. Seeing if we can get booked in there on Friday. Oh, I might just give him a ring. Well, blue skies. Can't fault that, can you? Just have to keep wrapped up in that breeze and then no problemo. I should be back on solids by Tuesday. Right. Oops. Keep forgetting the flag. I have crew members for that, but 2 of them aren't here. I'll have to do me Boise impression when I crash name. I did ask her to change her name to Marlene, but she won't. Right, just had a message from Stuart. I'll just see what that is when I get on the big main Riviera, nice and fresh. I should have forgotten my Garmin. It'll probably take her half an hour to find it. Would you mind? I forgot to do it while I was out there.
Is this?
No, it won't charge up on that. It's just needs AA batteries, that one.
You don't need that.
No.
It wasn't in the bottom.
Alright, so you could
What
you...
do you need now?
The flag, please. Pardon? Is that in canal? In a canal, is she on about? Pirates ahead. A bit of vibrating. Are you coming Loddon? Right. What's that saying? Map. That's not right, is it? Forgot what I'm doing with this one. It's different. I'll have to put you down, sorry. It's got to be closed down now, hasn't it? There's nobody in there. Could hear somebody speaking then? No. think there's just the three of them this time, Stuart, Leanne and Bo, I think. DIY he's doing. See, my brother Jeff, he's good with things like that. I'm good with my hands, but not with anything like that. I'm useless at DIY. I once tried changing a washer on a tap once and ended up with 2 new taps. Not done by me, I had to get my mate who was a plumber. I was chuffed though the other week. Oh well, it's a long time ago since that big lanky, well he weren't as lanky and gangly as he is now when he tipped us out of that canoe. My nephew Griffin, he's an electrician. And you know your pull cord in your bathroom for the light? Well, it just jammed, so you couldn't switch it on. Or when if you pulled it a few times, it did switch on. You could hardly get it off. What's that got in its mouth? Oh, nesting. Got all the nests. So I asked him if he could replace it for me because I don't like that electricity. Got through across the kitchen once when I was about 14 or 15 year old. But he was working away. Well, in the end I decided to bite the bullet and give it a go myself. Well, I managed it in the end. Once you switched off at the mains, it's alright, isn't it? How hard could it be? But then again, when I went onto YouTube, which is a good place to go, especially if you're watching Norfolk Bros videos, which you must be doing now because you can hear this, and it was showing something completely different to what I had. But then I found one that's, because the wiring in our house must be well, I can't remember what year it was. So it just had the live and the neutral and the earth. So it was pretty straightforward anyway, I managed it. So I went back downstairs, turned the electric back on at the mains and shouted up to Christine, right Christine, you can try it now. You know, just in case something went wrong, like. I should imagine that electric post there is just for private boats. Because we will be looking for electric virtually every night. If not every night. And I've still got that on the agenda, Count the Cock. Somebody says it's about 45 minutes walk, I'm guessing in that direction. Smells round here. Well, can't be stupid a game of darts. Actually, I think last time we played it was me and Leon against Stuart and his dad, and they beat us. I don't think Chris is with them at the moment. Stuart only saw 3 people on that boat. Oh God, it does smell around here. You know, that sewage type smell. Christine on toilet. Well, I've done well so far. Not had any sort of, well, sort of slight little rebuff. But that was more down to her misgivings than mine. Short tempered she can be sometimes, that one. But I'm not counting my chickens. 2 weeks to go yet. And when the kids are here and the lighter starts playing up and Christine's getting stressed out and I'm in the pub. Well, me and Kim in the pub and Christine's left with Eliza and Declan. Well, I've seen about 3 or 4 boats. Next week will be busier. Well, it'll be busier up north this week, won't it? Start of the Easter holidays. Elevation minus 15 foot. That can't be right, can it? 15 foot below sea level. It's hard work, this. Look. Geordie was saying that he's never slept as much. He didn't even know Newcastle were playing the other night. That's how far away from the real world he was. And normally he's twitching about 4 or 5 hours before kick-off. Right, going down the chat now. Well, nearly. I believe they've got new owners in the that'll be Geordie now just messaging me saying he's home. In the White Horse they've got new owners, I think I saw somewhere. Yeah. 3.6. Right, so just have to check my message. Well, it's a bit awkward on here. You have to concentrate on here, don't you? Before we continue down the chat, we'll have a quick question. It's number 7. Where in Norfolk would you find the Muckleborough military vehicle collection? Well, I hope I'm keeping track of these questions. I got confused. In fact, I think I've got confused with some of the days. Definitely a bit warm when you get off that main river up there. So when I didn't have the camera on, I heard this thing rushing through the reeds at the side of me. Well, it was on the banking. It must have been a deer, but it looked weird. slowing down a bit there for some reason. We're going with the tide. Oops, went too fast. Chilling out now, and Mrs. watching telly. Told her she can do her knitting this week, she's not drinking. Not in the pub anyway, I can't afford her. Yeah, it's lovely now. So they're coming back with us on the 19th of July. On the 10th of May it's me, hopefully, well it'll be me and Claire and not Jeff on here, on Lightning. That's the next one after next week. That's after that. July, like I said, 19th. Then we've got the, I think it's the 23rd of August. Oh no, think about. Yeah, 23rd of August. And then the 28th of September. Then October. Oh my neck. Might as well live down here. So in July we're going to introduce Geordie and Jill to the Southern Rivers. Take him to Beccles and whoop his ass at snooker. Not far off now. The time is, God knows, 3 minutes past 2. Apparently it's been nice at home, but extremely windy. We've got one of them toy kitchen things. We normally do put it away, but it's been left out, and according to Lucy it's blowing all over the place. I saw a picture that Adam put on, looking from this area down the river there. I think it was yesterday, so I don't know if it's still here. Tula. Can't remember who said that's his boat or his dad's. Oh no, because that's his is called, that's his Spindrift. Do you remember? I had quite a bit of Southern Comfort that night when he come on board. Right, I'll see if I can get it on its tripod, little tripod, without it blowing over, because it's not too bad down here. I'll be back. Do you? Oh no, good. minute. Until I banged into it. Crash for cash. Alright. I hope you're well insured. Oh, he is there, Chris.
That's all I got.
I've got 2 lots, me. Looking good. Ooh. Guess where we've got to go. So Chris has been practicing apparently at darts. He's got his own dartboard and darts. Yeah, he weren't bad before. Oh dear, might have to have him as my partner. It's like we're having the Grand National. First horse that falls gets that. Pardon? Indian Palace Restaurant. Weren't called. Oh, hang about it. Have we got 2 now? We weren't called that before, was it? Oh my God, it's cold. She has her uses, doesn't she? Said I'm not really hungry, don't get a lot. God, look, she got in there.
Top window.
Ah, 12 at night. So me and Stuart were stood behind the boats before about 7 o'clock. The police van pulled up on the car park. And Mum shouted over, there's a guy with a black top and tracksuit bottoms going down that way. And we said no. Whether it's anything to do with that?
They were down here really, I'm looking.
Was it? Yeah. You can't get anywhere down there nowadays, can you? Unless you can climb over. Well, I don't think I don't think it's open anymore, but we're just having a look over. You think is in what? Hiding on one of our boats. Oh God.
Oh, you can see somebody there. On the boat, checking them boats out.
Where?
Just somebody moved.
I haven't got my glasses on.
Something over there. Any boats there.
So police boats just sped down here. Well, they're over Pies Mill now by the looks of it, all that area. I don't be able to see much on the camera.
Yeah. And your searchlight's just gone out. Do they do infrared? They usually do police, don't they? You can see the heat off the body.
Yeah, they have thermal imaging, don't they?
That's it.
They won't see much heat off my body at the moment. It's racing out here.
Oh, look, another pound on that card.
All kicking off at Loddon again.
Must be important, isn't it?
Well, it's something to do with the same thing when police were here before, that was 5.5 hours ago.
It's gotta be.